Welcome, everybody. My name is Dr. Adam Ingrao, and I am the co-founder and national director of the Heroes to Hives program. Today, what I'm going to be doing is going through our 2025 program preview. This is an annual video that we do every year just to kind of let new students know what to expect from the program and kind of give you an idea if maybe this is a program that will fit for your lifestyle and wants for entering the beekeeping industry. So let's get started. This will be a short video where we'll just cover some of the basics of the program. So the Heroes Times program is celebrating its 10th year of training American service members to be the next generation of U.S. beekeeper. And what we do is we offer a free 9-month science-based beginning beekeeping education course taught by entomologists like myself, university extension personnel, and master beekeepers from around the United States. We do offer this free to not only you as a service member, but also your dependents. So you as a participating veteran can also register up to 3 of your dependents to participate in the course with you. If you are a dependent that wants to participate in the course, you must have a participating service member that is registering you as part of their own application to participate in the course. Dependents are not allowed to participate in the course without a service member. Now, there are a couple exceptions. We do allow Gold Star family members to participate in the course and surviving spouses. So if you're a spouse of a service member who passed away, you can also participate in this course. VA staff are also allowed to participate in this course, and that's because VA staff work with us very closely on the therapeutic aspects of the beekeeping course that we do, both within the Heroes to Hives course and outside of the Heroes to Hives course. And then we also allow veteran service officers to participate in the course as well, because they play such an important role in the lives of veterans and helping them access benefits, and we want them to understand about our program as well and the benefits that we provide veterans. To date, we've had over 15,000 students participate in this course over the last 10 years, and those students have come from all U.S. states, territories, and we have a lot of active duty personnel who participate in the course overseas as well. We look at beekeeping kind of as 4 areas for veterans and why we want to get veterans involved in beekeeping. So one, beekeeping can be a really fun hobby, just something fun to do that's outside of your normal day-to-day. It can also be a career opportunity, both as a small business owner working in the commercial industry or working in support industries like supply companies and things like that. It can also be a really good place to come together for community. Those of us that served in the military, I served in the U.S. Army, we have a very close connection to one another. We inherently have this shared experience with one another, and it's nice to come around with each other again, in the context of serving something greater than ourselves. Now, you served to protect our national security when you were in uniform, and we see beekeeping as an opportunity to continue that national service through protecting our food security by managing the most important managed pollinator on the planet. We also see this as an opportunity for wellness. And in the Heroes to Hives online course, you will be given wellness practices that you can employ in your own beekeeping yard to help you kind of deal with the day-to-day traumas of dealing with trauma from military service or just the day-to-day struggles that we have as individuals. This is a really big area that we work in as Heroes to Hives and have been working with the VA for the last 6 years. And we actually just had our first scientific publication that came out through a research study that we've been doing for several years that is the first study to show that veterans that are using beekeeping in the context of therapy are actually seeing improvements in things like depression, anxiety, and overall perceptions and health. And we'll share that research with you as you become part of our program. This is a really big area for us. We have VA hospitals throughout the United States that are starting to roll out beekeeping therapy programs because of the work that we've been doing with the VA on this field. So lots to come, and you'll hear a lot about that within the course. Now, the main portion of the program, we have kind of 2 main aspects of the program. The first aspect, and the aspect that all of you will be participating in, is the online program. Now, this is a standalone program. It is a self-paced program where you received one module every single month for 9 months, starting in March. We start the last week. Well, March 24th will be the first module that you get emailed to you. The modules come out once a month, and all the materials are pre-recorded. So basically the way it works is you get an email from us, and it's going to have some information you're going to read, and then it's going to have your module for the month. And you just click on the links in the email, and it brings you to the pre-recorded video. You watch the video, and you move on. Now, this is completely self-paced, so if you fall behind a little bit, that's okay. You just continue to go through the videos at your pace, but they will be coming to you once a month, over 9 months, from March through November. Now, I'll be really honest with you, and I'm always going to be honest with you when we talk about these types of things, is the fact that this is a very robust course. This is not just supposed to be a fun beekeeping experience, although it is fun. But this is a lot of work. This course is structured like a college level beekeeping course. It is very intense. It has a lot of material to get through, and many of our students don't actually get through the course in the first year. A lot of students, it takes several years or a couple years to go through the material because it is so robust. You all have very busy lives, and wintertime, it's always a good time to do studying, but our course starts in March, and you're going to be doing this over the course of the summer, the growing season, if you're a farmer in other areas. So we understand that this is a lot to take on, and we want you to understand that as well. You are going to get out of this course what you put into it. And so the more effort you put into it, the more success you're going to have in beekeeping. And we have thousands of students that have gone through this course that are very successful in beekeeping because they have taken the time to educate themselves. So the online program is a standalone program, and I'll talk a little bit about the details of that here in the next slide. But then we also have on-ground workshops. These are optional portions of the course and may not be available to all of you because right now they're in a limited number of states, and we only bring on a few states every single year because we have a high level for our students or our educators. So we expect our educators to be master beekeepers or have equivalent experience or be an entomologist. So that's oftentimes hard to find. But then we also have very specific criteria about the apiaries that we allow to come on as training sites. They need to be safe places. They need to be accessible. And so we don't have training in all 50 states. There's only a few states that we're going to be offering on-ground training. And so just understand that. But all of you can take the online program for free. I'll talk a little bit about the on-ground training as well. So the online program, what to expect. Over 50 lectures, well, 50 lectures right now. There will be over 50 once we get the program started because we add new content every single year. The lectures are a half hour to 120 minutes, so a half hour to 2 hours in length, and they are in depth. These are lectures that go into the depths of biology, of management, of not only managing the individual, but also the superorganism, dealing with varroa mites and other pests and pathogens, and then also things like support resources like business development. So we have an entire section of the course that's done by the Small Business Administration's Vet Biz, which helps you identify how to start a small business as a veteran. We also have a module on marketing as well, so how to market your business. We also have information on commercial beekeeping. And then, like I had mentioned a little bit earlier, most of the modules that you're going to be getting are also going to have a therapeutic practice, something that is optional, that if you want to take advantage of these practices, that we now can show that if you incorporate these types of practices, you're likely going to see the same results that we've seen in research we've been doing with the VA, which is improvements in things like depression and anxiety. There is decades of anecdotal evidence of veterans using beekeeping as therapy, but the work we've been doing with the VA is the first time this has been shown scientifically to actually work in a clinical setting. So you're going to be getting the taste of the most cutting edge research in this area of beekeeping therapeutics. We also offer a comprehensive final exam. Now, there is no expectation that you complete this course and finish with a final exam. Many of you just want to take this just for information. Some of you want to become beekeepers. Many of you may not actually even want to keep bees, or maybe you'll take the course and realize, hey, beekeeping is not right for me, which is also a good outcome as well, because we don't need more beekeepers. We need more educated beekeepers in our field. But if you decide you want to complete our course by taking our certificate of completion exam, that is given to you in the last 2 months of the course, which is October and November. And basically what it is it's a comprehensive exam that goes over all of the material that you have been learning the entire year with us, puts it into a 100-question exam that you can take. It is self-paced, so you take it as much time as you want to take the exam. It's open book. You have as many chances to take the exam as you want. We want you to pass, but we have to test you and make sure that you've met the knowledge outcomes of the course to give you a certificate of completion. But you complete that certificate with 70% or better on that 100-question exam, and we issue you a certificate. The certificate gives you a few different things. So it's not just a piece of paper that means nothing. It actually gives you some advantages. The first thing it's going to give you is access to the Heroes to Hives alumni network and what we are offering, not this coming year. You'll be, if you're taking the course for the first time this year, it's going to be in 2026, but you'll have to be an alumni of the program, meaning you've completed the certificate of completion exam. If you've completed that certificate of completion exam, starting in 2026, we are going to have advanced training modules available to you. Things like how to do queen rearing, how to do nuke production. The big thing that we're going to be presenting in 2026 that alumni will have access to is our Aja Hive course, Slovenian AZ hives, which we have started working. It's been several years now. I actually was in Slovenia last year, but we are developing a course specifically to this one hive style that exists in Slovenia and is the national, basically the national hive of that country and many other Eastern European countries. But essentially, this is a kind of a new technology to the United States where you don't lift bee boxes, which is one of the biggest drawbacks of beekeeping is the physicality of it, but rather you work beehives from the back and the most you ever have to pick up is a frame, meaning that you don't have to lift heavy boxes that sometimes weigh up to 100 pounds. So these types of advanced courses will only be available to Heroes to Hives alumni. So you have to have completed the course in order to get access to these. So that's one of the carrots there for you to complete this course. The other one is that our course and our certificate of completion is recognized by the U.S. Department of Agriculture as a year of experience in agriculture. There are many agencies within the USDA that you'll be working with and we'll train you on in the course. We have a whole bunch of material on just training you how to work with USDA and what products they offer to you. But many of the products that USDA offers have knowledge or I would say work experience or education experience requirements, meaning you have to have like 2 years of experience in agriculture in order to be eligible for a program. Our program counts as a year of experience in agriculture for you. So gives you the opportunity to access some of these USDA programs you may not otherwise have access to. The last thing that our certificate of completion offers you is an opportunity to transfer your credits to the Great Plains Master Beekeeping course, which is housed at the University of Nebraska. Great Plains Master Beekeeping course is a partner of ours and has been for many years, and Heroes and Hive students that complete our course can have all of their credits transferred over to GPMB to continue their education through their course. And basically what it does is our course material fulfills the entire apprentice level of that course. And all you have to do is volunteer hours and take a field exam in order to get out of the apprentice level and move into journeyman. Usually a master beekeeping course takes about, depending on how high speed you are as far as what time you can dedicate to it, about 2 to 5 years is how long it generally takes to complete the master beekeeping course after you complete Heroes to Hives. So you have an opportunity to continue your education after your year with us. Okay, let's talk about on-ground workshops. Now we offer on-ground workshops throughout the season, throughout the beekeeping season, but they're only in select states right now. And right now you see the 9 select states that are listed right there. If you live in one of those states, what will happen is at the beginning of the course, we will give all of your contact information to our partners in those states, and they will communicate with you on, what opportunities for on-ground training are available. We will also have an on-ground syllabus in the regular emails that you get from us, which is the course material. You'll have a section at the very top of the email with the modules in them every single month that has the online syllabus and the on-ground syllabus. And you will also be able to access those on-ground syllabi and be able to get connected to each one of those organizations if you're in one of these states. Now, we likely will have more states coming on board this year. We just have not completed the interview process and the vetting process with all of these organizations that we are working with and looking to bring on board this year. So there likely will be a few more of these. Usually we bring on about 2, maybe 3 new state partners every year. So if you don't live in one of these states, that's not a bad thing, right? I mean, you still can get access to education, and I want to instill upon all of you, whether you take our course or not, is that you need to be engaged with your local beekeeping community, meaning you need to be a member of your local beekeeping organization and your state beekeeping club, because that's where the experts are. A lot of folks will be able to, talk bees with you, but when it comes to working with somebody and learning from somebody, whether it's a mentor or an educator, you want to make sure that that individual is skilled in what they're teaching and successful, right? Because one thing is just teaching theory. The other thing is actually implementing it and having success. And that's, I think, where we kind of stand apart is our individuals that we're working with. These individuals are highly successful beekeepers, both, and we really focus on the small and medium scale. So we're talking about folks that are going to be in the same sort of same sort of size as you, that are going to be teaching you, that are true peers, that are being successful and having bees overwinter and live year to year, which is kind of the key in beekeeping, is keeping your bees alive, and something that most people struggle with tremendously. So those on-ground events are going to be things like hive handling, pest and pathogen management, harvesting and processing, accessibility. Accessibility is a big part of Heroes to Hive. You will have lectures on accessibility. You'll have work or instructional videos on accessibility. We work with the National Agribility Program very closely in this area. And so we do offer these types of workshops on beekeeping accessibility, because we know from our information that about 60% of our students, myself included, are service-connected disabled veterans. And so we deal with a lot of disabilities as veterans. And so understanding accessibility, like the hive style that I had mentioned earlier, the Aja hive or AZ hive, that is an accessibility tool because you don't have to lift anything. So, if you've been carrying a ruck for 20 years, right, as an 11 Bravo, that's something that really has a physicality to it and has a long-term effect on you. So do you want to be continuing to lift 100-pound supers now that you've been carrying that ruck for so many years and likely have a lot of damage to the back, the knees, ankles, things like that? No. And so that's what we try to instruct you on, are ways to be successful in beekeeping, well beyond just knowing bees, but also how to support yourself. We'll teach you on many different hive styles. We'll talk about many different hive styles, but we'll teach you primarily on the Langstroth hive style, which is, our US hive style. But those accessibility pieces will be in there as well to show you options. This is also why we tell folks, if you haven't started beekeeping yet, don't start beekeeping this year. Take our course first, because a lot of times you're going to learn that maybe the Langstroth style is not for me, or maybe a 10-frame Langstroth is too much, and maybe I need to be doing 8-frame medium Langstroth instead of 10-frame deep. We talk about all of this in the course, and we're always trying to set you up for success when it comes to accessibility. The other things that I'll mention is we also host a national conference. Last year, we had our first annual national conference. This year, we'll be hosting our second. It's going to be in late September to October. That is a fee-based conference, so it's not part of the course, but you as students can participate in that. And that's going to be in Michigan this year, and there'll be a lot more information on that to come. What do we see as our benefits for our students? Well, professional training in beekeeping. You're going to get an excellent education in beginning beekeeping. One of the most robust beginning beekeeping courses out there. So you're going to get a very good education. And you're going to find that when you go to your beekeeping club meetings and things like that, that you're years ahead of many of your contemporaries at those clubs, because you've taken the time to take a formal education. Most folks that are in beekeeping have never taken a formal education course in beekeeping. And it shows when you go to those bee clubs and people are asking very, very fundamental questions about things like life cycles and things that you should know as a beekeeper. You're going to know those things coming out of this course, and you're going to see the difference when you go into these spaces with other beekeepers and see what your education actually has. Again, the more serious you take this, the more you're going to take from it. There's a lot to get through in this course. There's no doubt about that. But if you take it seriously, you're going to see a huge difference in your abilities compared to your contemporaries. We have a nationally recognized certificate of completion. We offer you a pathway to a Master of Beekeeping certificate through our partnership with GPMB. We're going to offer you empowerment with knowledge and the ability to understand bees in a very, very intimate way. Job opportunities, because there are a lot of job opportunities out there in the beekeeping industry. So if you're one of those folks that's looking for an opportunity, we can definitely connect you with opportunities in the commercial industry. And then there's opportunities for business ownership as well. We'll also offer you opportunities for personal wellness through our therapeutic practices and through community, through the Heroes to Hives network. We're a huge organization as far as our network is concerned. And so the community piece of it, where we have our community gathering, which is our national conference, these are things that we really, really enjoy and hope you're able to participate in with us as well. Takes a lot of folks to put on Heroes to Hives. We definitely have a ton of really great partners to help us put this course on. And this is just a sampling of the partners that we have. These are our 2024 partners. We're going to be bringing on some new partners for 2025. So this will be changing this year. But we have a great network of partners to support you and experts to train you really, really well in beekeeping. All right, so to register for the Heroes to Hives program, you can go directly to our website, heroes2hives.com or heroes2hives.org. We'll have a link there as well. That's November 1st through February 28th. And that is of every year. So if you decide you don't want to take it this year, the registration period is always the same every single year. The way it works is you basically fill out our application. That'll come to us. We will verify those applications as far as making sure that you're eligible for the course. And we have a lot of screening questions in the application as well. But you fill out the application, you'll start getting communications from us about the first of the year, and then we will start the course. March 24th will be the first email that goes out with Module 1 in that email. For those of you that are service members, you can have up to 3 of your dependents participate in the course with you. Minors can participate in the online course, although I will tell you that the course is not made for children. The course is an adult education course. So I would encourage you, if you have mature teenagers, that this might be an appropriate course for them. But for young children, this may be way too much. It is a very in-depth course, and we're going to be talking about biology and things like that in an in-depth manner. And it may be a little too much for younger students, but maybe you have a high-speed child that you want to be part of it. That's fine for the online course. However, on-ground events are for 18 and older only. So you are not welcome to bring your young children or minors to our on-ground events if you decide to participate in some of those. So just know that. Surviving spouses are allowed to participate in the course as well. Gold Star member families, or Gold Star family members, and as well, VSOs and VA staff are welcome as well. If you have any questions about the program, you can feel free to email me at adam@mifs.org. Heroes to Hives is hosted by Michigan Food and Farming Systems, which is MIFS, and their Veterans and Ag Network. And we appreciate Michigan Food and Farming Systems for housing our program and helping us actually found this program now 10 years ago. Again, there's my information if you'd like to get a hold of me, and we appreciate you taking the time to listen to this video today and hope to see you in the 2025 Heroes to Hives course.